Today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Vanguard, the campaign, and how interesting the gameplay and the game missions were to me. This game takes moments of history and blends it in with samples of great war movies and great periods of time. So it was very interesting nonetheless the direction that they took. The cutscenes are great and very cinematic, and also provides actual great depth to the story. But the problem is that the character development in this game was very poor, as there was too many characters, but not enough background or any type of in-depth detail for the specific characters that we were looking at. The game is really only focused on their flashbacks, but not their character traits or their history or anything. This leads to an issue with the campaign, and that's basically with the game lanes. With so many characters, you would think that the game would be longer so they can expand more. One of the positive things about the game is locations, and I love locations in video games, and Vanguard did not disappoint. One of the issues I had with the game was the hype towards the missions or the objectives was always high, and you're excited to play until you actually play it. And I found myself bored in some missions to the point where I found myself rushing to finish the missions because of the objective was so boring to play. As the Call of Duty series progresses, there's always going to be something new or something that they're trying to implement. And for Vanguard, this was the character special power abilities, which was cool, but also not realistic at times. The enemy difficulty was very easy, even on the hardest difficulty. Very similar to any type of Call of Duty. It'd be very interesting to see if they'll make a Call of Duty that's very difficult to play. With that, to defeat the harder enemies or harder objectives, all you had to do was move to a position, like position A to position B, and they would either get killed by your team or completely disappear. One of the major issues about the game was that it was focused on the flashbacks and not the main mission. If it was up to me, I'd rather that this series, Vanguard, focused on one character and then sprinkled maybe some flashback missions here and there for the other characters, but just focus on this specific character or a specific character. The stealth missions could have been way better, and the mission selection could have been way better as well. And I'm gonna just point it out, but we should have been on tanks on El Alamein, and it's kind of something that I wanted to do, basically, and I wanted to mow down people with a tank, and I also wanted to be on a boat, because who doesn't want to be on a boat? The shooting mechanics are always amazing and can never go wrong. The gameplay dialogue kind of sucked, but that's only when you were in the game, but the cutscene dialogues provided a little bit more immersiveness, and it was way better. I don't know why it was different, but I was more interested in the cutscene dialogue than the gameplay dialogue. The pace was decent, understanding that most of the game was about the flashbacks, and the pacing of that mission was, it was reasonable, when going to objective. But that's all I'm basing it off from, because the pacing of the whole game itself is a little bit different. This was a team game. They should have focused on the team dynamic and how the team works, good or bad, together, and kind of give you an option to kind of like sway your teammate or something like that. But with that being said, I did see the direction where Vanguard was going, but it was the lack of execution for me. So for Call of Duty Vanguard campaign, I'm going to give it a rating of 3 out of 5 stars, just for all the issues that I pointed out. And it wasn't the best in the series compared to the other ones that I'll either be talking about or I've already talked about.